Today on Tech Tuesday in the First Place Auto Parts Studio, we're going to take a look at a fluid that most car owners take for granted and don't really understand what it does. Hi guys, David here, and today we're going to take a look at some of the things you might not know about engine oil and explain what it does inside your engine and why it's needed to keep your engine from going bang. You know, for something that comes in such a simple package, engine oil has multiple complex purposes when inside your vehicle's engine. So the first and primary function of engine oil is the one that most people are aware of, and that is that oil lubricates and reduces friction between the moving parts such as piston and the cylinder walls, the timing chain, and the valve lifters, just to name a few. Without oil, many components inside your engine would seize up solid. Without clean, filtered oil, cylinder walls would get scored and bearings would prematurely wear and groove. Clean oil, in the proper capacity, is the lifeblood of your engine. Next, engine oil provides a protective barrier between the bearings in your engine, such as the crank and the rod bearings. The crankshaft in your car needs to securely be held in place as the pistons go up and down, and yet it needs to be able to spin freely thousands of times a second. Engine oil cushions and fills the gaps that has to exist between the crankshaft and the bearings. Engine oil viscosity and that gap that exists between the bearings and the rotating assembly, like the crankshaft and camshaft, is one of the combinations that help control oil pressure. Too thick and the oil won't flow fast enough and cause damage. Too thin and it doesn't provide the correct cushion and is a sure path to low oil pressure. Pay special attention to your vehicle's manual or your engine builder when it comes time to what oil viscosity to use for your engine. Engine oil also contains detergents that helps reduce sludge buildup that takes place due to the combustion process, and in particular when short trips are taken where the engine does not reach operating temperature for an extended period of time. Engine oil has to reach temperatures of 180 degrees or more before it can begin to burn off the condensation that builds up inside the engine. Short trips or starting your hibernating muscle car for short periods over the winter will create this unwanted sludge buildup inside the engine. And finally, engine oil helps carry away heat and contaminants from the engine parts as it circulates through the oil pan and the oil filter. In the past, if you built a high horsepower engine, you probably installed what was called a deep sump oil pan with a high pressure, high volume oil pump. A deep sump oil pan holds more oil, and the high flow oil pump would keep greater volume of oil in circulation, which helps keep oil temperatures under control. Oil temperature control is so important that many modern cars and trucks come from the factory with oil coolers already installed. Okay, so engine oil is rated by its viscosity, which refers to how easily an oil will pour or flow at a specific temperature. Thinner oil flows easier at lower temperatures and has a lower viscosity, and thicker oils have higher viscosities. Also, a viscosity index for oil that measures the oil's ability to resist changes in its viscosity as the temperature of the oil changes. An oil can be a multi-weight rated or rated as a straight weight. Multi-weight oil, for example, 5W20, is rated for both its cold and hot viscosity. The rating is displayed on the bottle and gives an indication of the oil's viscosity or its ability to flow when the oil is both cold before startup and hot after it's been used. The first number in the oil's cold rating is followed by a W, which stands for winter. A lower first number is required when temperatures are cold so that the engine oil can flow and lubricate all the moving parts on startup. If you've ever had a thicker oil in a car, say a 20 weight oil, and heard the lifters or rocker arms rattle at startup, until the oil flow reaches them, you'll know exactly the effects that a slower flowing, thick oil has on a cold engine. The second number after the W is the oil's viscosity at the engine's hot operating temperature. The higher the number, the thicker the oil's viscosity is when hot. Multi-weight engine oil is the jack of all trades when it comes to engine protection, unlike earlier single-weight oils, such as the 30-weight oils that were popular in the 1930s and 40s. Modern oils are very good, but one place where they do not match up with oils of yesteryear is in their level of zinc. Zinc is a high-pressure additive that was added to oil back in the day to help control wear on things like valve train, especially where the camshaft meets the lifter. What they had found is as engines started to wear, they started to burn oil, and part of it was in there was zinc. The zinc would contaminate cars that had their catalytic converter, making it less efficient, which caused the EPA to get involved. If you have a car that still has a flat-tapped camshaft, or an old car that hasn't been converted to a roller camshaft, highly recommend adding a bottle of the zinc additive, also known as ZDDP, to every oil change that you do. This will help reduce or eliminate wear to your camshaft and your lifters. And finally, conventional or synthetic oil. What's the difference? Conventional engine oil uses mineral oil as its base that is the same as it was when it was pumped out of the ground as natural gas or crude. Once above ground, the various oil manufacturers refine and add their special additives to reduce wear, sludge, and friction. Conventional oil has served the internal combustion engine very well for many years. However, there isn't a limitless supply of it, and the pumping and refining process has its own set of environmental risks. Synthetic engine oil, on the other hand, is an oil that has gone through a chemically engineered process where the oil molecules are more uniform in shape and have fewer impurities compared to conventional oil molecules. Additional benefits include a higher resistance to oxidation, which is important when storing a vehicle for a long period of time, and it performs better in extreme high and low temperatures. Synthetic oil outperforms conventional oil in every category other than price. Engine oil is a critical component of the proper maintenance of your classic or late model car or truck. Look, it doesn't matter if your car is powered by a traditional Chevrolet small block or big block, a Chevy LS, a Mopar Hemi, or a Ford Ecotec engine. Using the correct oil viscosity and the correct quantities will help ensure that your Camaro, your Mustang, your Challenger, Chevelle, or Nova performs to its highest level for many miles down the road. Hey guys, I really appreciate you watching this video. Follow First Place Auto Parts on Facebook and YouTube, where we will continually be adding new product review videos and how-to install videos, as well as covering some pretty cool car guy events I'm pretty sure you're going to want to see. And if you found this video helpful, please consider hitting the subscribe button so that you don't miss future tech videos that may be a benefit to you when it comes time either working on or repairing your vehicle. When you need parts for your American muscle car, please visit our always open, super easy to use First Place Auto Parts website at fpautoparts.com. There you will find thousands of high quality performance and restoration parts for your classic GM, Ford, and Mopar muscle car. Until next time, thanks for watching, keep the hammer down, and keep it between the guardrails.